Hey everyone, and welcome! Today we are diving into a really powerful way of thinking about one of the most mysterious things we do as humans, being creative. Seriously, it's a way of looking at your own mind that might just flip a switch on how you think about new ideas forever.
I mean, it's the ultimate question, isn't it? One that artists, scientists, and entrepreneurs have been wrestling with for ages. Do great ideas just appear out of nowhere, like a lightning strike? Are they just remixes of stuff we already know, or is something else going on? The idea we're digging into today gives us a fantastic metaphor to help us get a handle on it.
That's it. Super simple, right? But believe me, this one little idea is the key to a surprisingly deep and useful way of visualizing the whole creative process. So, okay, let's do it. Picture your mind casting a beam of light out into the dark. What's this light actually made of?
So how does this whole beam of light thing actually work? Well, we can break it down into three essential parts. You've got the source of the light, you've got the light itself, and you've got the darkness that it's all shining into. Once you get these three pieces, the whole model just clicks into place. Okay, first up, every beam of light has to come from somewhere. In this model, that source is, well, it's you, yourself, your ego. It's described as this kind of hidden witness that's watching the whole show unfold from just off stage. It's the starting point for everything your imagination cooks up.
Next up is the light itself. This is the actual stuff of your imagination. You know, that stream of mental images, thoughts, memories, and ideas that's always bursting out from that hidden source. This is the part you're consciously aware of, the movie playing in your head.
And finally, we have the darkness. Now this is super important. The darkness here isn't a bad thing at all. It's not an empty void or a sign of ignorance. Think of it as pure potential. It's the giant blank canvas that your light needs to project onto. I mean, without the darkness, you wouldn't even be able to see the light, right?
All right. So we've got our source, our light, and our darkness. But where in this whole mental setup does the creativity actually happen? To figure that out, we need to zoom in and look a little closer at the light beam itself. And here's where it gets really, really interesting. That beam of light coming from your mind, it's not all the same. It has this super bright, intense core where everything is clear, precise, logical. But then, as you move outward, it has this diffuse, fading edge where things get kind of fuzzy, unclear, and way more surprising.
So for example, if you focus right on that bright center of your imagination, you're going to find all the things you already know really well. The basics. Simple, logical stuff like squares and circles. It's perfectly clear, totally orderly, but like the quote says, it's usually the most banal part of our thinking. You know, kind of boring.
And this is the big takeaway. Genuine creativity doesn't live in that safe, bright core. It sparks to life out on the margins, in that fuzzy, unclear zone where the light of what you know starts to fade into the darkness of what you don't know. This is where totally new and surprising things can pop up, things that have no direct logical link to what's in the center. Okay, this is a really cool model, right? But it's not just some abstract theory. There's actually a practical exercise you can do to start training this creative muscle, to consciously point your attention toward that fertile, fuzzy edge of your imagination.
So here's what you do. First, you consciously project that beam of imagination out there. Second, and this is the key part, instead of staring at the bright middle, you deliberately gaze at the diffuse, fading edge. Third, you look for those weird, surprising, unexpected things that start to form out there. And finally, you actively try to grab those things and pull them back from the edge into the bright light of the core, where you can really look at them and see what you've got. So this whole model, this whole way of thinking, it's all building up to one last really profound analogy that just perfectly captures the sweet spot for creativity. See, it's not really about the light, and it's not about the dark. It's all about the boundary between them.
And this quote just nails it, doesn't it? We're not drawn to the total emptiness of a black hole, the complete unknown. What fascinates us is the event horizon, that magical, shimmering edge where things are just starting to emerge from nothingness. That is the creative zone.
So, the next time you're stuck, the next time you're looking for that breakthrough idea, don't just stare harder into the bright light of what you already know. Let your gaze drift a little wider, out to that shimmering edge where clarity meets mystery, because that's where the new stuff is born. So, the only question left to ask is, what's waiting at yours?